What's the dealia? The dealia is here to share what I learned after filming myself every day for the last 30 days. Now, if you're new here, welcome. Before we get started, I want to give a shout out to the sponsor of this video, which is not this coffee cup, but what's inside this coffee cup, which is 7 Weeks Coffee, a pro-life coffee brand, because at 7 weeks of development, a child is the size of a coffee bean. And it's the first time that you can hear a detectable heartbeat on an ultrasound. So 7 Weeks partners with pregnancy centers all over America to provide women who are making that decision with free ultrasounds, because when a woman hears their baby's heartbeat on an ultrasound for the first time, they're 50% more likely to choose life. So if you want to join the fight for life and save babies all over the nation and drink really good coffee, use the code What's the Dealia for 10% off of your first order. Ships right to your house, and the link's going to be in the description and in my bio. So again, if you're new here, welcome. For the last 30 days, I launched this page and this podcast, which still feels weird to call it that. But I created a space for myself to combine two pillars of my life that are really important to me, which are Jesus and my faith, and media production and my skills in editing, filming, and delivering videos. So I decided to spend every day flying through all 4 books of the Gospels in a 30-day gospel reading challenge, which I had done for the last 2 months prior, but really utilizing what I've learned over the course of 3 months to create videos, pump them out, and just gain some traction and create a cool space for myself. So why did I start this podcast? Well, it's been an idea that I've had in my brain for quite a while. What's the dealia is a catchphrase that one of my best friend's dad gave me as like a dad joke. What's the dealia? And it always felt like something I would do later down the line. But for the past year, I have been on fire for Jesus. I met him and just started diving into his word, going to Bible studies at my church and in my community, and just absorbing and learning as much as I could. Finally, I wanted a space where I could talk about what I know, which, side note, is not everything. I'm still a baby Christian and I'm still learning and growing every day. And what this space has done for me has connected me with people all over the world on different journeys and paths, and really showed me that this is about discussion, not about who's right and wrong, condemnation or condoning. This is about Jesus. And to be able to talk about it freely and openly is one of the greatest blessings that we have living in this country. And I'm just in a place where I want to share it no matter what. So this is what this is for. So with all that being said, that dives into the first thing that I learned, which is articulation and boldness. So this was actually my biggest goal with, being on camera and posting this stuff. I've done video journals and diaries my whole life on my computer and on cameras and stuff, but I never really posted it. Putting yourself online can be very scary because everyone has an opinion about what you're saying. And so my biggest goal was to articulate my faith and my understanding. But with this series, I wanted to learn how to speak without shame, how to articulate clearly, and how to share the truth without watering it down or being afraid. I didn't start this series because I have all the answers. I started it because I don't. And I'm seeking, just like everyone else in this world full of instant gratification and answers like that. The truth is deeper, and I like to dive into it head first. What shocked me the most was, again, the connections that I've made, the people and the conversations, and just the true, genuine authenticity that you can't get from ChatGPT. It makes it all worth it, even in spite of all the negativity that can come from sharing your opinion online. Okay, so the second thing that I learned in filming myself every day for 30 days was actually about media production. So I started filming this series in December. I filmed every day and just focused on that. Time blocking, studying, reading, praying, filming, and uploading and saving so that I can go on and edit it later. So all of January was just that. Every week sitting down, editing those 7 videos, clipping them, scheduling them out, making the thumbnails, comments, all the fun stuff. So yes, anybody in this day and age can set up a camera and talk about whatever they want to talk about, But what I learned the most is that your message is not going to hit your target audience unless you're dialed into the metrics behind the scenes on how to get it to them. And it's funny because that's actually something that I'm learning in my business as well. It's wild how all these things can connect. It kind of reminds me of John 15 with being rooted in the vine, and how life is just so multifaceted. And when you're trying to start something new, you are really going to mess up and fail. And I learned that a lot along the way. I can't tell you how many times my battery died, my SD card was full, and I actually had to refilm a couple of episodes because there was just messed up on the back end. So all in all, media production is a lot. Okay, so the third thing that I learned after filming myself every day for 30 days is that it's actually really humbling. Okay, I wear the same outfit a lot. I think I'm wearing the same sweatshirt that I wore when I started the series, if I'm not mistaken. Between all the things that I just talked about with the back end of media production, what was the hardest thing was to remember what outfit I wore the day before and if my hair was greasy and I needed to shower, which I know vanity metrics is not like what we're here to talk about, but it is really humbling to try and be on camera after so long of being behind it. I can't tell you how many times I had to redo a whole episode because I had food in my mouth, or like my hair was sticking up, or something was just off. And I spent a lot of time trying to perfect each shot and perfect each word that comes out of my mouth. But like I said, nobody's perfect but Jesus. I think the real key to being on camera, showing up, building an audience, and trust with the people online is that you're showing up consistently and authentically. Just being yourself. I mean, if you mess up, you mess up. And we all mess up and fall short, to God's glory. But I will say too, I plan to invest in like an external monitor so I can see myself as I'm recording. It'll make the whole process a lot smoother. So what's next for What's the Dealia? Well, after filming myself every day for 30 days and getting a little burnt out from it, I learned a lot. I gained a lot of skills and knowledge about the back end and how all of this works to fit into my life, and being able to stay consistent and show up authentically for you guys. So moving forward, I will film once a week, and you can expect longer episodes every Monday morning talking about more than just the Bible. We're going to discuss real life, business, faith, discipline, caregiving, and all the different things that go into walking this walk in the real world. All of it tied back into Jesus and his truth, but just with more of a real world essence. I would love to hear you guys' feedback about the 30-day gospel reading challenge. And if you haven't checked out that challenge yet, the whole series is on YouTube and on Spotify. I've also created a free PDF downloadable workbook note-taking thing that you can print out and follow along with me in those videos. If you want to get that for yourself, just drop a comment Bible or DM me Bible on Instagram, and I will make sure to get that into your email. So thanks for being here with me. We'll see you Monday. That's the Dealia.